Welcome to Somewhere in October. It's Alex. I want to talk to you about the Creep Tapes universe or the Creep movies and the new Shudder Creep Tapes series. This is new on Shudder, so you should definitely check it out, but you're going to need to watch Creep 1 and Creep 2 first. There may be spoilers for Creep 1 in this, but I won't spoil anything else. And it's only really going to spoil the concept, so if you already know the concept, it's no big deal. I tried Creep because Roderick, one of my Patreoners, mentioned it, and we were talking in the Discord. I actually watched the 2004 Creep movie by accident first. Don't make the same mistake I did. This is not in the Creep tape universe. But the Creep tapes are basically about a serial killer, and the Creep tapes are his tapes. But it's a found footage series, and I really like this. I just want more and more, so I'm so glad that the Creep Tape series is coming out, because we're gonna get more of this very strange but intriguing character. So the first Creep, the whole movie is basically a setup of who this guy is and what he is. So in the first movie, he hires somebody to come video him for a day. And this is something that is consistent in his story. He hires someone to film him. I like this found footage aspect because it's so cool to get the different POVs, because you have somebody filming him. So you have somebody behind the camera, him as the main focus. Sometimes he takes the camera. Sometimes he's filming things that he's sending to them. And it just gives us a really raw vibe. And I like found footage for that, because not only is the filming raw, the acting is raw, but the violence is also very raw. Something I realized while watching this is I'm watching so many scary movies that really up the gore and they up the horror of it all, that this feels so real that it creeps me out. It earned its name. Mark Duplass, hope I'm saying that right. He is the creep, so he's the main guy, Joseph. And he is so good at this. He is so good with his facial expressions. He's so good with the way he talks. And it makes you very uncomfortable. And being a freelancer, I've been in situations, not quite like this, obviously, but I mean, I'm also a dog walker. Like, that's something I do as well. The amount of times I've been to people's houses and stayed and stuff like that, it makes me wonder, like, should I really be doing this sometimes? He hires people to come film him, and he has all these different reasons why he wants to be filmed. In Creep 1, it's because he says that he is dying of cancer, and he wants to film something for his son that he has with his wife. And he has this really weird moment where he's filming Tubby Time, and it is so strange. And at that point, I was like, I don't know where this movie is going to go. I thought first Creep meant he was going to be like a weirdo. It was going to be like a sexual thing, or he was just going to have like creepy stalker energy. But it's actually much darker than that. He just plays into it so well. So Creep 1 takes you through this build-up that feels like it drags. You know, Act 1, I'm like, where is this going? Act 2, I'm like, where is this going? You know, he has Peach Fuzz, which is kind of like a wolf alter ego that he uses. And the stories he tells, he always wants to jump scare the person filming, but that's pretty effective because it's also jump scaring you. Sometimes they really get me. And it also makes, when the violence happens, really catch you off guard, especially in the Creep tapes. I really like that about it. So the first Creep, you're going through the motions of basically what creating one of these tapes really looks like, from the process of hiring, from the process of getting this weird intimate connection with the person they hired, how they fool them, how they manipulate them, how they make them have this fear but sense of safety, and then also how he says, you're not getting away from me, which either is him trying to trap the person or then stalking. It does become stalking. It becomes him shipping them things, shipping them videos, filming videos, making videos for them, being in their homes. Like, he goes to the next level, but he still has this charming, not to me, but to the person that he hired, this weird charm that brings them or sucks them back in or gets them to give him one more chance. You almost pity him. This obviously turns out very bad. And the first Creep, again, I said spoilers, but the first Creep, it ends with him killing the person. So the full movie is from start to finish the Creep's process. I got to appreciate that a lot more when I watched Creep 2. Because in Creep 2, we get a taste of what that would have looked like if they just did it in one act. If they just made it a plot point instead of the whole entire plot of the movie. Not as effective. It does not drive home who this guy is and what he's capable of if you don't get that Creep 1. On its standalone, I think I rated it a 3.5 stars. Now, package deal, I would definitely up that because it sets such an intriguing foundation. At the end of it anyway, I was like, I need to know more. It shows you all the tapes. You know this guy is freaky and you want to know what he has done and the other scenarios that have played out. It kind of reminds me of Ghostface, how there's so many different avenues you can take this. That's what Creep is about. So Creep 2, I won't spoil it. I'll just give you the essence of it. Is he hires somebody, but this time he hires them to film a documentary. He's going to come clean. He's going to take them through who he is. You know, it's going to be mutually beneficial. He's going to go down in history as a prolific serial killer, and the person filming is going to get to capitalize off having this footage. It definitely takes twists and turns from there. It is really, really strange. I like that we're getting a new relationship dynamic. And then the ending of that is just like, the third act is crazy, okay? The first and second act, I like how we, after watching Creep 1, knew more than the person behind the camera. So there's like two people behind the camera, you know, the person he's hired and then us. And they're picking up on some of it, but the things they doubt or they think, we know if it's real or not. We know the truth. So I find that so engaging and it really helps the found footage aspect. So then I watched the Creep tapes. I'm so excited for these. At the time of filming this, there's only 2 out, so I've only seen 2. And I, again, will not give anything away. I'm just going to tell you the premise. It looks like each of these episodes are going to be a different tape. So a different, story. And I think they're like 20 to 30 minutes long. So you're basically getting the condensed tapes that he probably has in his cupboard. You're seeing how he hired them, how he manipulated them, and the outcome. The first one is so good because I think it really highlights how demented he is and how he uses this manipulation emotionally, physically. Because in Creep 1 and Creep 2, like, you wonder how smart he is. Like, is he smart? Is he lucky? Is he just somebody who can emotionally manipulate people into getting to a situation where he can take advantage of him? Or is he really calculated? And Creep Tapes 1, the first episode, that tells you what you need to know. That answers that question. Creep Tapes, the second episode, first I wasn't sure how I felt about it. It felt very, very different than what we've been used to, but I like that. You can see how he has different fun with the games he plays in that episode, but then we also get to see the potential. You wonder if all his tapes are going to be him hiring someone, having the stalking, weird situation, and killing them, or is it more than that? And Creep Tapes, the second episode, shows you it is way more than that. The games he plays, the lengths he's willing to go to. And the second one, I was like, how can anybody believe him? It was a little bit unbelievable, but at the same time, when you watch it and you start really thinking about the setting that they're in and how innocent he can portray himself, you're like, okay, I get it. And it just opens up a whole new door for what we're gonna see. I can't wait for the other episodes. I wanted to make this video so you can get on the Creep Tape train. I don't want you to miss out on it. If you've been seeing it around, it's for good reason. If you like found footage, you'll love it. If you like crime horror, you'll love it. If you want something really gory, you're not gonna get it. But I think you'll enjoy this. So at least give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. Don't put any spoilers. I'll host a live maybe in the week after this goes out so we can talk more about it there so people know that's a safe space for spoilers. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see more.